Bro, wait. Are you Kyler Steele?
Hey, are you that King Japes guy?
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
You want to do a video with me right now?
Yeah, I got my Mamiya 7 on me.
Oh my God, how convenient. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Okay, that was freaking terrible.
Today on Thoughts and Process, we are interviewing Kyler Steele, a photographer based out of New Jersey. Kyler is one of the guests that I've personally been a fan of long before this interview. With his unorthodox dystopian style, near-perfect compositions, we dive deep into his creative process as a photographer, talk about how to beat perfectionism, and why he feels it is important to document our time. It is an honor to bring this interview to you all, live from New York, and here I present to you today, the Kyler Steele interview.
What's going on, you guys, man? Welcome back to yet another King Japes episode. Now, this is a very, very special episode because we are in New York in front of Grand Central Station and we are with the one and only Kyler Steele.
What's up, guys? Pleasure to be here. It's this guy's first time in New York.
Hell
so
yeah.
Show him around.
Really quick, man. Shout out to cameraman Gable. He's helping us film today. Check him out too. So, we connected over in Chicago. That was when we first met in person. We've known about each other though before that for a while.
Yeah.
And
you didn't know my face at first.
I didn't know your face. You brought something today, right?
Yes, shooting with the Mamiya 7 today. Rangefinder, classic. Not the 7.2 because that one's like $5,000. This one's still pretty pricey, but it's nice because you just got the M6 and round out the collection. That's what you should be looking at.
See, I'm gonna get one of these guys, I'm telling you. We're gonna be shooting some film today. What is that right there?
Yeah, we're loading up Cine Still 800T at first.
Okay.
Then we can go to Portrait 400 once we come outside.
Okay.
And yeah.
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
He's gonna load up the camera. Are we gonna start inside, you think?
Yeah, inside.
Okay.
Let's do it inside.
Let's do it.
I mean, it's New York, but at the same time.
I love the accent jewelry, by the way.
This is my bread and butter, loading cameras. It's it takes me 10 minutes to load these cameras sometimes. Especially when you're recording.
In that recent video you did with the flowers, I know you were just sitting here for heck long.
My mom was with me, she's patient. So yeah, dude, this camera loads pretty easily if I actually know how to do it. I have a 672, or not 672, a regular Pentax 6.7, and I like it, but there's no way I'm bringing that to New York.
You would have had to bring a duffel bag or something. That's it?
That's it.
Oh my goodness. All right, man.
Ready?
Let's do it. As we kind of walk through Grand Central, I'm just going to be asking Kyler a couple of questions, man. Huh? Oh, you see something? Go for it. Go for it.
Can't get a comp. I'm scared this guy's gonna murder me. I liked it, but there was a car in the back. One thing you should know about my work is I'm super perfectionist, which is probably bad. So there would be if there's only one perfect thing in the photo, I don't love shooting it. I like shooting things when everything is perfect.
Dude, so that's one thing I wanted to ask you. You know, when I first seen your work, everything looks really clean.
Yeah.
So what are some things you do to kind of help that? Is there a different approach to your compositions? How does that work?
Well, the first thing is I usually don't shoot at busy times like we are right now.
Yeah.
We're a little after work rush hour time, so there's a ton of people here.
Yes.
But I usually shoot at blue hour. Nice.
Blue hour?
I usually shoot at blue hour, either super early in the morning or super late at night because everyone's gone. So this is more to your times, but I'm thinking if we go to these tracks, we might be able to find some isolated trains.
Okay.
I'm going in here because I think it'll be isolated.
What's the aspect ratio?
This is a 6x7. So I'm hoping, for me, I don't like people too crisp in my shots.
Okay.
So I'm hoping if I do get a shot, I'll have someone blurry.
Gotcha.
So ideally, I'd like to get a composition framed up and then wait for someone over there to walk in.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let you do your thing for a second. Go for it, all right?
Yes. We got one shot. Don't know if it's good, but we're gonna pray. We got a shot over here, someone coming into the door. We got these isolated seats, so we just have one person moving through. Camera settings saying we're actually at 1/60th. I'm shooting this at 1600, getting a little bit more light.
So you're pushing this in still?
Pushing this, yes. Because it's super dim in here. I don't know if it comes out on the video. Yeah, I want to go to one with 2 trains to get a nice symmetrical shot. So that's the next
there,
one.
but let's do it.
So right now I'm having Jonathan go over there. I really like that we walk down this empty, isolated area. But like I said, sometimes I like when I have just one person in the frame, and I think him over there, just alone with these lead-in lines and the lights, is gonna look really cool. So I'm gonna pose him up now. I'm not the greatest poser because I don't do a lot of portraits, but usually this is just gonna be a silhouette and far away with the focal length. So it should be kind of an eerie, cool image. Can you lean up against the booth? Like kind of like, yeah. More towards me, like 45 degrees, like this way. Other way, towards me. Yeah. That's sick, yeah. Nice, yeah, just like that.
I've never been a model before.
3, 2. All right, you're good.
That I know
Alright,
that we're
sick.
in like a quiet spot, but that was like super loud still.
I feel like I might get some over here. This is nice. This is nice because it has layers. I would say the one downside to the way that I shoot without a human subject is sometimes I lack like layers and separation in my photo. Because if it's just a flat on build-in, it's one-dimensional, and I might not like it. Like, it'll look nice, it'll kind of look like the trend in like Wes Anderson theme.
Yeah.
But I really like when I have like multiple definitions in my photo. And I think this is nice because since we're on a lower level, you can see like the upper level stuff there and then the trade.
Yeah.
So it's actually a nice shot, I think.
A lot of layers.
So, in 180, you have to hold your breath.
That's so funny, dude. I've never seen anyone do that before.
Most people would probably put it on a tripod, but
Right?
I know I
Not
said I'm a
that way.
perfectionist, but I hate tripods.
Wait, so everything you shoot is handheld?
Yeah.
Everything?
Yes.
Wow.
I hate tripods.
I thought maybe because you were like in an isolated spot, you'd be more inclined maybe to use a tripod.
Oh my god, it's so loud. But no, I have to, usually I have to be quick in a location because I might be like quote unquote trespassing or just in front of someone's house.
Yeah.
So I don't, oh my god, that lady looks so scary over there in the light.
Oh.
Look at this.
Go for it.
Looks like creepy, like that lady over there.
Oh, that is creepy, look, right? Where did Kylie go?
I think I'm gonna shoot this way. I don't know if that photo's gonna come out. It was saying to shoot it at 1 second, but it was like too much. So I just went to 1/4 of a second.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I can scan anything from it. I feel like you're gonna be like a way better photographer if you keep interviewing people.
I think so.
Because you're gonna keep seeing like different perspectives, which I think is gonna increase like your own perspective.
Yeah. I feel more inspired, honestly. Even after just talking to you for like the short little time that we have right now.
Yeah.
And just your idea of, just talking about clean compositions and, kind of isolating things. Sometimes there's less intention with photos. Like you said, it's kind of just you see something and you want to just capture it. So now I'm thinking a little bit more and kind of like in your light where I'm like, okay, if I can kind of slow it down a second and just be more intentional with what's in the frame, maybe not just bap, 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 bap,
Definitely, yeah.
I'm learning a lot from you.
Thank you, dude.
Well, thank you, man.
I think this is the last shot. Alright, so I think it's done, so this is super easy for the Mimi 7. You just crank it, just keeps cranking. That's it.
Does it feel lighter eventually?
It does, yep. Like you'll know.
Oh wow, that has a button to release.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I just get so scared here because I actually have really bad luck with film. I've just got like a lot of light leaks. Some of it's my fault because I test a lot of cameras out, but sometimes it's like not my fault. Can you hold this one?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Is this a lick? I haven't shot Cindy Still in so long. Oh, it is a lick. Let's go.
You like drop it in the tracks. You said something earlier that was really interesting for me.
Yeah,
That was sometimes you'll underexpose Cine Still.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about that. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so when I first shot Cine Still, I thought I'd get more halations by overexposing it. So I used to overexpose my Cine Still all the time, and I never really got like frames that I really liked. So it was only until after I did a roll on a point and shoot where it underexposed almost every shot. I got so much halations.
Really?
And ever since then, I've just been underexposing my cine still because it gives way more halations.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was under the impression, again, like,
Yeah,
maybe
like more
you.
light would be more halations.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not the case.
No, at least not for me. I could be wrong, but I mean, everyone has their own like film findings.
Yeah.
And that was like kind of mine.
That's a good way to put it. Film findings.
Yeah.
It is a big camera, right? It's a big boy. It's his. This is a Mini
Yeah.
72.
What's that thing go for?
What was that?
What's that thing go for?
Ooh, between 3,500 and
So
4,000.
you're gonna say 35,000.
I have one of those at home.
Is it new or is it retro?
This is like 2010, I think, was the last production. So it's film, but it's like the newest film body. Yeah.
It looks like old school.
Yeah. This is like more old school. This is like 1950, I think.
Yeah, that looks like
Yeah.
that looks old too.
They do, right?
Yeah. So that's cool.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'm curious. You live in Jersey, right?
Yes.
Do you think where you live has influenced your photography? And if it has, how so?
Yeah, 100%. So I live in the northern part of New Jersey. It's a place called Sussex County. So it's very rural. It's a lot of like farm area. And for me, my style, I kind of like to go for like I said, abandoned, nostalgic, dystopian kind of areas. Like I definitely like looking at areas that are popular, but then no one's there. So it takes me sometimes 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours to get out to a location. And for me, if I'm going that far to get to a location, it's probably why I try to be such a perfectionist, is because if I took so long to get there, and I might not come back for a year or 2 years, I want to make sure that I get a shot that I want. Yeah, and I do a lot of editing, and yes, I can take people out or objects out with Photoshop, but if I'm revisiting a photo, or maybe I don't do a good Photoshop job, like it just becomes very tedious.
Oh, for sure.
So I have a lot of photos from my past that have objects in them, but I just don't want to spend the time clone stamping them.
Oh yeah.
You're right.
I know what you mean.
So now I just try to be a perfectionist as much as I can. And yeah, I think that's the biggest way.
So being a perfectionist though comes with its own set of problems.
Oh, 100%, yes.
What's one of the biggest issues that you have when trying to be a perfectionist?
I think before, the biggest issue that I had was before I found like my dystopian style, it's like I was trying to be a perfectionist in like every aspect. So I would try to do like if we came out and did this, I might try to go for street photos and empty photos and try to be good at both of them.
Gotcha.
But now I understand that I just have to pick one and stick to it and try to get a good photo, because if I try to be good at everything, I'll just fail at everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the biggest thing. Another thing is I don't press the shutter that often sometimes. Like on our way from when we walked from Penn Station to Grand Central, I just didn't press my shutter at all because there were some subjects I really enjoyed, but I just didn't like the lights. So my perfectionism just didn't let me press the shutter. And in reality, I should have, because those moments will be gone. If I'm going to an area that I'm only going for one shot, and I have, let's say, a digital camera, then I'll take it at like 10-minute intervals or 5-minute intervals, or with different subjects. Because when I get the photo into Lightroom or into any editing app, then I can see like which photo was the best. And sometimes the one that I think is the best doesn't end up being the one that is the final version.
Hear you.
So if I have the opportunity to take multiple exposures, I definitely will. But if it's an instance like we're just walking and it is those fast moments, if I'm shooting film, like sometimes I want to push the shutter and I'll feel okay with it. But I think my goal of the day is to get like one photo that I'm really proud with, and then I can kind of go into like a flow state. Just kind of let everything else naturally come. But until I get that first shot, I think I'm really tough on myself, and that's what's hard.
I hear you. So with creating work and also just all the different content creation that you do on all your platforms, do you have any structure when it comes to your approach for photography?
Yeah. So for my photography shoots, I plan on those to be just photography. So no behind the scenes. I'll bring my best cameras, my best digital camera, my best film camera, and I will just focus strictly on photography. But if it's a day that the light isn't good, let's say it's going to be overcast all day, I'll plan for that to just be a day of content creation. So I'll go out with like my M2, show off the camera, show off the process of loading it, and take photos with no intention of getting a good photo.
Okay.
So it's kind of the perfectionism thing. It's like if I tried to do everything on my good days, I would fail.
Yeah.
But if I take the bad days and then I can create the content, because I don't need the best light to film an iPhone reel.
For sure.
I just need to be there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if I want to get out, but I know I won't get a good photo because it's not my ideal light, then I'll make sure that that's a day that I just do like photos of the camera. And some people, you know, they might dig on it because they're like, oh, you're just focused on the camera. But that's what I intentionally set out to do.
Yeah.
And the days that I don't, you'll never see a reel because it wasn't recorded.
Yeah. There's a weird balance when like trying to make the stuff we do, and it's honestly a lot harder than some people think it is. You know, so huge respect to you.
Yes.
You know, for being able to balance that and find a way to incorporate your structure into and make it work. With that said, photography to you is an important part of your lifestyle. Just how do you want your work to be remembered, or do you want your work to be remembered?
I definitely want it to be remembered. I think I struggle with that still today. I think my work is something that's very long term. Like I take photos of popular areas, dystopia, no one's there, and people might not like my work because you could replicate my photo. You could go there at the same time, find the same light, and get the same photo. That's true.
For sure.
But I don't think that's true as time progresses. Because buildings and areas will change, and I think that's when my work will be remembered. When the places that I photograph change and my work becomes kind of just like a memory, which is what I really want, I think that's when my work will stand out. But in today's day, I just think right now it's collecting, building a body of work with no expectations really, but I do think time is going to help my work a lot.
Yeah.
I'm willing to be patient for that to happen.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that sometimes the cliches are what a lot of people are going to look back at later on, you know what I mean? Not to say your work is a cliche or anything, but just in general, like when I take photos of people with iPhones, who knows, in like 50 years, the iPhone won't be, you know, a
It could
big
be gone,
thing.
yeah.
And then they'll all look back at it and say like, wow. And I can see what you're saying when it comes to like the buildings or just documenting where you were at that time, in your time. It's going to be looked on later on in life, and it'll be, you know, it'll be its own little time capsule of
Yeah.
your time.
Because we look at photos of like, let's just say New York City from 40 years ago when all the cars were different.
Sure,
And we
yeah.
love those photos.
Love them.
But we have no idea how the photographer felt. Like they could have felt like us today.
Yeah.
Just thinking they're just boring everyday photos.
Right.
And I think that's the way that I'd like my work to be remembered. And I'm sure you do too.
Oh, for sure. And on that note, last question here. What is one piece of advice you could give to an aspiring photographer, content creator, somebody who wants to be Kyler Steele? You know, what's something that they could do to achieve the success that you've achieved?
I wouldn't say it's like so much success, but I thank you so much for the question.
Stop being humble, bro. Come on, look out of here.
But
Okay.
it's 100% patience. You know, I've been doing this seriously since 2020. But when I picked up a camera, it was like 2017.
Yeah.
And from 2017 till now, I really have had a camera in my hand almost every day.
Yeah.
And 90% of the days, the work that I create, the work that I do, is never seen, never viewed, never commented on. And I think that's something that people need to realize is they'll see our successes, like the photos that get a lot of likes or the photos that get reshared or those amazing moments on the street. But those are few and far between. And then photography is a numbers game.
Oh yeah.
And you can't hop into a style, you can't hop into anything quickly. It's just shoot and repeat and learn from your old mistakes and then slowly carve your style. Because for me, I really didn't find my style, I feel like, until last year. And I think it's still evolving every day.
Every single day, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for doing this
Yes.
again, bro. It
Thank
was
you
a
so much.
pleasure. We got to do more in the future, though.
Yes, we will. I'll be in the Bay.
Let's go! Kyler in the Bay. All right, y'all. Deuces. All right, guys. So that is the shoot with Kyler Steele, man. We had a fun time at Grand Central. Where can people find you?
Find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube,
You got
and
all
my website.
And that's fine.
Yeah, I
dude.
post to all social medias like almost every day. It's a grind.
There you go, man.
But yeah.
And what's your ad on there? Is it all the same?
It's all Kyler Steele. No spaces except Twitter has a space. It's what it is.
There you go. And before we cut out completely, can you share a little bit more about your content? I know we didn't get this in the beginning, but you know, to the viewers of the channel who maybe don't know you, which they should, you know, let them know a little bit. What do you do?
Yeah. I post a bunch of behind the scenes. So I shoot with a bunch of different cameras. I like to post my processes of shooting with every single camera on my Instagram, basically to show that anyone can pick up any camera and make amazing photos with it. I like to post editing tips on YouTube just to make sure people can learn how to use a camera, get into editing, and really just find their own unique style.
For sure.
What we've been discovering today between the both of us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, no. That's fun. All right, man. See you guys next time. Do you ever shoot with a Minolta?
X700.
Okay, you're safe.